Number 6, solve the system of equations 5x minus 2y equals 4 and 2x plus 3y equals 13. Alright, I have two separate equations here, two lines. Alright, we want to know where the lines intersect. So we want to know a point where they intersect, right? Well, let's copy down my first equation right here. Okay, my first equation goes here. Let's put the second equation underneath the first. Alright, line up the y's, line up the x's. And then what we're trying to do is get rid of the y or get rid of the x. One of these two. We want to get rid of one of these variables here. Okay? And since this is already a plus and a minus, I think we should try to get rid of the y. Okay? So what we want to do is multiply this equation by something and multiply this equation by something where we end up with the same number of y's on both of these. Now how many y's do I want? Well, let's see. If you thought for a minute, make this the denominator here. Make this 3 in a denominator. If we had 1/2 with 2 as a denominator and 1/3 with this 3 as a denominator, what would the common denominator be? If you wanted to make a 2 look like a 3 and a 3 look like a 2, it'd be easy if they both look like a 6, wouldn't it? Okay? So what we're trying to do is make this 2 into a 6. Now what do you have to multiply 2 by to get 6? 2 times something is 6. 6 divided by 2 is what? 3. So if I tripled this number, and tripled this number, in other words, multiply 3 by all three numbers here, okay, then this becomes a 6, doesn't it? Because 3 times 2 is 6. Alright? Now, in order to make this look like a 6, we're going to have to double it, aren't we? So we'll double this number, and double this number. So in blue, I'll put a 2 on all three of these numbers, and that's going to make a negative 6y and a plus 6y down here. So in effect, we're making this look like this and this look like this. Alright? So we'll have 15x, 6y, and 12 down here for my first equation. 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 4 is 12. And I'll have 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 13 is 26. So now we've made the 2 look like a 3 and the 3 look like a 2 because we made both of them into 6's here. Alright, you see why we wanted to do these? Because now we already have a minus on this and a plus on this. When we add this up, we're going to get 19x. Add this up, we're going to get 38. So we eliminate my y's because I get 0y here. So now I have 19x equals 38. Divide both sides of this equation by 19. Put a 19 under this one, a 19 under this one. Let's write that over here. Okay? Then we'll have x equals what? 38 divided by 19 is 2. So we go all through all these steps just to find out what x is. Come back, let x be 2 in this first equation here. So we'll have 5 times 2 in my first equation, 5 times 2, which will be 10. Okay, bring down the other numbers. Alright, then we'll subtract 10 from both sides of this equation. Minus 10 will bring down the negative 2y. 4 minus 10 is a negative 6. So we'll have negative 2y is negative 6. And then we'll divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of y. What is the coefficient of y? It's that number in front of y, isn't it? We'll divide by negative 2. We'll end up with y equals to 3. So when x equals 2, y equals 3. And that's the solution for these two equations here. The point 2, 3 is the point where these two lines intersect.